tendency is to put something on the work.
And I think that, but it's like I'm so close, Tony, to like getting through it.
I know you are. It's a thin layer. It's not that big of a deal. It's just, here's the thing. I would rather have you move neutrally through the work. It's like sometimes what Daniel or Tiffany struggles with because they think like they are emotionally, what do you always say?
Dead inside.
They think they're dead inside. I'd rather have you do a scene, dead inside, than pushing to get to tears or any kind of feeling. It's all, I'm telling you, my note is so right about you are that person without me even knowing your autobiography. You are Gia. But you gotta strip yourself of all the affectation and live it.
I know.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good challenge.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. You know, to me, it's the art of doing nothing. That's not how you should stack yourself. You need to get more specific with what it is that defaults you out. And so your modus operandi should be, tonight, I'm fucking working on my body. I'm just giving this as an example. My body in relation to when I say no, I'm not going to stay open when when the words and the feeling are saying no, my body must come with it. That's so much more specific than I'm just going to be, yes, of course, we have to be open, people, always. Life is so hard to stay open. It's impossible almost. You have to be open. That's a principle of the work. But being open is also letting it being structured from whether it's something technical, like I'm going to really work on voice. It's something technical, which is I'm going to allow myself not to push myself into feeling. I'm just giving examples. Tamara, you have to do that kind of homework. That's important for you, sweetheart, because I think you get lost in the general sweep of things. So then you get lost. And you know what's so amazing for me watching you? When you get simple and so specific, it is like, oh my God! But you fight your own self in that.
What do you mean?
Well, this whole section at the end, which got better. But I get that it brings up stuff. I get that it creates tension and resistance in the actor.
Yeah.
Because it could be too close to home, it can be, I get all that. But like I said, at first you were almost bailing out of it. You even, I think, said no to me. And I said, just breathe.
Because it's like, it's a body thing, you know? And being exposed and like, it's like a physical body thing.
I get it.
I cannot right now. Like,
I get it.
Like, it was excruciating, you know? So.
But Tamara, this is excruciating, but that's what was so beautiful about it. I did this with all classes last week. To stand and meet life like this is the scariest thing. Or even just like this. This is the core essence of who we are as human beings. There's no grasping and holding, because nothing can be grasped or held forever anyway. It's all going, including us. Resistance is created by the attachment, by the control, by the grasping. And so when an actor stays in the essence of vulnerability, you absolutely, look, I feel very naked just talking like this, because everything is open. But you have to learn to like, it's also beautiful. Why do you hate it?
Because I don't like my body, that's why.
Well, Tamara, okay, let me say one last thing, and then we'll move on. That's beautiful. I've never really heard you say that. That's really brave. And I also think it's all relative. Our bodies are all in flux all the time. I'm going to totally start crying. My parents are 80, 81. So I'm seeing their bodies kind of fall apart and decompose. We're all decomposing. And see, that may be too intense for people to process, because people don't want to process. We're all doing that. We're all shedding, literally. And it's also a negotiation. It's phase of life for everybody always. But then for you, for whatever autobiography you've lived through about your weight or whatever it is that you're working with. But here's the thing, Tamara, when you stay in the simplicity of feeling vulnerable, this isn't going to necessarily help you because it's always going to have to still be an inside job, but nobody's even noticing your body.
I was trying. I was.
Well, wait, did you hear that?
Yes.
Nobody's even noticing your body.
I know, I do.
What comes out at me is just this beautiful, open, vulnerable woman who's also grieving the loss of her drug addict friend in the moment. So I get it.
I tried.
And I think we have to just keep supporting, especially for women, and especially, this has been going on since time began. The way women are expected to look and the demands. And listen, I also think it's for men nowadays too. I mean, you look at Instagram and sometimes to me, I'm like, it's all interchangeable. Every body looks the same. When does it end? I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, to use that nobody's going to live to that standard because it's not really real.
Yeah.
So, listen, I just think that's brave, and I think everybody can relate in relation to living in our own bodies. That's why I brought up the thing about my parents, and then what it makes me think about is I'm getting older, and my body falling apart and doing things that it couldn't do can't do when I was 20.
Yeah.
So I'm just sharing that with you. It's not an individual, you're not an island in the body dysmorphic expression.
No, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially we live in LA,
Yeah.
which is a double redundancy of body awareness. If you lived everywhere else, this is like normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Women in the 50s don't look like women today. Marilyn Monroe was not like that. See what I'm saying? So I just think you have to just be gentle with it. And more importantly, is the bigger note is try to keep breathing through the resistance.